Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Will. Hopefully, you're having a great day today. KULR stock is one we've covered extensively as they're a company that works with NASA, Lockheed Martin, and they're working on their thermal optimization for battery systems and even in the drone industry. But what I want to go over today is something that's a little bit concerning with KULR. I don't really know how to put this lightly. KULR stock seems to be losing some steam. And I wish I had better indication from a technical standpoint, but there's not a whole lot I can tell you from a technical standpoint other than right here was the high. It went from 30 cents up to $5.60. You can see that. And that was just really in the course of about a month. And then it sold off from this $5.60 frame down to here, which is currently at $2.18. And then you can also see the trend line really on this support as well. You see this kind of support and resistance. So it's holding below this EMA, it's holding below this SMA, the green lines. And what we're looking at here is a really critical moment for KULR because today the CPI report came out for inflation that was really liked by investors. You can see the entire market was up. You got SPY was up 1.62%. We traded live at market open inside Stockmate. We made about 2.89% today. If you want to watch me trade live, it's that second link down below. And we get into what looks like for KULR an even more interesting kind of correlation, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 2.2% today, right? And I can even like search that here. Let's just search up Bitcoin, and you can see Bitcoin is right here. Now, why am I bringing Bitcoin into this? Well, this company KULR, they are a company that while they're in battery and space tech and they're in some of the AI world, and we can go into some of their fundamentals and what they offer as a company, they are potentially launching their batteries up into space with SpaceX in 2026 on the rideshare mission, something I believe they pay SpaceX to do. But why are they down 0.6%? Because they also just bought Bitcoin, $42 million worth of Bitcoin they just bought. And so if they increase their position $42 million directly from their website, you can see KULR increases Bitcoin purchases. First, they bought $21 million, then they bought another $21 million to make the total $42 million. And you can see that they bought Bitcoin here at a price of 98,300 per coin, and they're allocating up to 90% of their surplus cash reserves to Bitcoin. So they're almost Bitcoin maximalists. But today, they're just hovering here right around really 0%. And they've been on this downtrend. Now they're at this previous resistance. Obviously, you can see this previous resistance mapped out. And they're also at this trend. So it's like, here's the decision for KULR. Are we going to see it break out and continue this upward direction? Or are we going to see it at this level? If it gets rejected, things are not looking too good for KULR, because in a day when the entire market surges and we see quantum computing is up 30 or 40% today, you see Tesla is up, Nvidia, Google, AMD is up, and KULR still hanging below even alongside Bitcoin being up. It's like, what gives? Why is the company still selling off? Maybe there's something inside of KULR that's just losing a little bit of steam. And so let's take a look. There's three things we look at. The market, the overall market looks great today. And the space tech, the battery market, the AI market that KULR is in is a really great market as well. And so now we look at KULR, we say outside of the market and the technicals, in the analysis, we look at the fundamentals and the financials as well. And so when we look at KULR financials, let's take a look at that. Their year over year is looking good. Their financials were actually improving quarter over quarter. You see they beat their revenue. Here they beat their quarter three, and their revenue and earnings per share. They got revenue here 1.19 million. It's improving 4% year over year. Net income improved 63% year over year. Their financials are looking really good. The CEO, Michael Moe, is touted as a really great CEO by a lot of people. You can see some of the comparable companies here: Rigetti, NVIDIA, SoundHound AI. And yet, financials look good. Is there anything else impacting KULR that maybe we're missing? Let's see what's going on here. So these are 8 hours ago within the last day. Let's take a look here. They had securing a multi-million-dollar nuclear reactor tech license in Japan. So KULR grants carbon fiber cathode license. So one of the things, just to preface, KULR works on building carbon composite or carbon fiber material that is very applicable and malleable and resistant to extreme temperatures in space and in anything. So that's why they're able to work in the space battery tech. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of extreme temperatures, and they have carbon fiber optimization and thermal management through carbon fiber materials that they work on. You see cathode license for nuclear reactor application. So it's a multi-million-dollar licensing agreement for advanced carbon fiber cathode applications in Japan. Licensed technology is engineered for critical use in nuclear reactors, offering enhanced safety and superior heat dissipation and structural integrity. The positives here: secured multi-million-dollar licensing agreement, expansion into Japanese and Asian nuclear technology markets, and strategic positioning in growing data center energy sector. So this is a nuclear reactor, I guess, aimed at data center utility. On top of that, you can see there's a lot of articles about the nuclear energy markets, but also we look at these purchases of shares. So we're not seeing too much of a slowdown there. You see shares purchased by Geode Capital Management LLC. Let's see how many shares. It looks like the institutional investor owned 1.55 million shares of the company's stock after buying an additional 479,000 shares during the quarter. Now they increased their position here. You can see they increased their position buying 479,000. Okay, that's what we said. Separately, XTX Topco L Limited purchased a new stake in KULR Technology Group in the second quarter, valued at 31,000 or 21%. So 21% of the stock is currently owned by institutional investors. So KULR Technology Group stock was down 8.3%, company profile and what have you. So these articles we don't usually go into too much. There's a lot of hype. Is there anything else after this licensing agreement? Be cautious. Valuation is too high. That's something Seeking Alpha said. I guess when we're looking at KULR stock, it's hot, it's cool. I don't know. KULR stock. If the market is doing this amazing, and KULR stock is just holding below 1%, almost 2% down, what would have happened today if the CPI inflation report was not good? What would have happened? I feel like the KULR stock would have been down. Gosh, it could have been down 50% today. It's so you got and it would be staying true to that bearish pattern if that happened. So I just want you guys to be cautious. Maybe in this near-term volatility, KULR stock, that next level down here you can see is that $1.20 area. This could also be really, really good that we had a green day for the rest of the market in KULR stocks here, because it could mean that it has just enough market momentum to hold this level at $2.30. And if we look on the info line, the next level it would make it to would be about right here. That's a 22% increase. See that previous resistance, previous support right there. Some consolidation right there. So that would be kind of next level at $2.79. And if it made it to previous highs, we would be looking at what would be 146% increase. So it has its upsides. It definitely has its upsides, but just wanted to share this because of that outlook that we're seeing when the rest of the market's crushing it. And other thing, when we look on the Fibonacci, you see it's selling off, selling off. You go to the lowest recent point, which is right here, and then you drag it to where it is that you would see KULR stock going to. Now, if we're in a bullish sentiment, most likely I would imagine KULR stock to get up to this level right here. This would be, previous highs would be great, but I think this level right here would say, oh, we're really starting to look continuing the bullish momentum if we get to that level. Like this would, right over here would be kind of bullish, but if we get up to this level right here, that's a very established previous resistance to where if we broke above it, the next levels most likely we'd see higher highs. And so in that analysis, it means that it would have to hold above this $2.70 range. Right now it's at $2.30. So basically, I would see it more as a buy if it crossed above that SMA, see that green line, and into the golden ratio. So the Fibonacci, you look for the golden ratio, and that 0.618 is where you potentially would want to buy. A medium gain would be in this pink that you would want to sell. A great gain would be in this purple, and then amazing, or everything goes according to plan, would be up here in that kind of lighter purple. This green line right here, this moving average, 200-day moving average, oftentimes acts as a support. You could see it there. When it started getting bearish, it crossed below that green moving average, and the SMA was now acting as resistance, as you saw right here. And now it's pushing up against that SMA. It even looks like it's getting a little rejected. So we got to see if it can push and break out above that SMA, kind of like it did right here before it started its bull run. And so we're still looking bearish. I'm hoping, just looking at it here, that this is enough momentum to hold the level and continue up. Otherwise, things are not looking too good here for KULR. So I like this stock. I like the technology. If you go to their KULR website and go to their company, go to their homepage or things like that, you can see some of the companies they work with. Okay, there's a lot of great tech out there. Okay, we saw NASA, we saw Lockheed Martin, and the Bitcoin purchase as well. They're also working in drone tech, so they're all over the place, and they're in Texas near a lot of the space companies. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on KULR, and we'll see if maybe we could trade it if it pushes up later today before selling off maybe tomorrow at market open. Either way, we'll see if an opportunity presents itself at market open. If you guys would like to watch me trade live at market open, I encourage you to check out that second link down below. We got technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and also options in crypto. If you're a beginner just starting out as an investor or an experienced trader and investor, I encourage you to check out StockMade, that second link down below. Got some books, some resources, as well as a free t-shirt that you get when you sign up with our current sale. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do consider hitting that like button and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.